Okay, here at PT Precision Automotive, we've got another car, a little van, Hyundai Iload, 2010 2.5 TDI, so diesel turbo. It's got a complaint that no power down low. He's had it back to Hyundai, he's had it to another couple of mechanics, comes a couple of hours away from here. So he's come in, we had a look at it last 2 weeks ago. We said we needed more time with it. Had a look at the turbo. The turbo has a lot of free play on the impeller and on the shaft. There's a lot of wear and tear, but the turbo is responding quite well, so I don't think it's anything to do with the turbo. Put a gauge on the inlet manifold to see the turbo pressure working. It's boosting up, but it's doing some quite weird things. So it does have no power on takeoff. You wouldn't want to go through a roundabout on it. We've got the scanner on it, just measuring some rates for everything. So, but just wanted to show you these, and then I think our first investigation is going to be down to the EGR valve. We'll have a look, see if the EGR valve is slightly open or stuck or some sort, not functioning properly for this one. But just show you what it does. So it idles perfectly. Fuel rail pressure's good. Can you see that up on there? So it's initial, that's flat out. It gets to about 2,000 RPM and starts to take off, but also buries that needle out on that turbocharger, so it's getting like 30 psi in the manifold. It seems a bit high, but it seems to be, oof, see, it's really working that turbo. Something's not working correctly, but and all these other readings, so the fuel rail pressure, that's responding quite well. It's responding, manifold, airflow rate. Gotta watch the traffic here. What's he doing? So everything seems to be working okay. So we're looking for a mechanical fault. There's no fault codes. The car goes really well up top, but down low, it's just got nothing. It's got 231,000 Ks on the clock, regularly serviced and maintained. So anyway, we'll get to the bottom of it. Right? Okay, so I think I found the problem on this Hyundai, the EGR valve. It's a bit of a job to get off. It's taken me quite some time. I've had to pull the fuel lines and everything out of the way so don't break anything. They're all plastic, they bloody break if you're not careful. It's down in there. It's a mongrel to get out. But I got it out. So it's full of carbon, as we'd normally expect. Nothing too untoward, but still full of carbon. But they're a valve in there, so they're meant to be shut. So if it blows through it, just blows straight through, right? So that valve is obviously stuck open, hence why it's not going down. And then I presume that's why the turbo is possibly over boosting, but we'll see that when we come to it. I've ordered one of these. They're very expensive, $1,000 odd, so from Genuine. But anyway, I think that's going to be the problem, I'd say. And then we'll do a DeCarbon, I think, to this one afterwards to clean all the carbon off. I mean, that's what's causing it, the carbon. I could pull it apart and possibly clean it up, but shit, the job to do it, and then what if it fails again? No, just replace it, clean up what you've got to clean up. Alright. Okay, so we've got a new Genuine EGR valve. This is going to be the problem, although we don't 100% know yet at the moment. But with this one, you try and blow through this one. Can't blow through it. That valve is stuck open. I was trying to pull it open so you could see the actual valve in there moving, because it's moving, but it feels sticky. It's got a lot of carbon deposits in there, and in the back of it here as well. That's why it's a good idea to decarbon these engines. With what we do, the common rail diesels, short trips and that, the carbon just builds up inside them. They get sticky, and as a result of this one, it's had no power. It's been to 3 other mechanics and a dealer, and haven't been able to work it out. But, well, we haven't finished it yet, so we don't know 100%, but I'm pretty bloody confident that this is it. This is going to be the problem. So, new Hyundai one, sticky one. Unfortunately, I can't get it. I've tried to get it apart, can't make it apart. I'll have to cut it. So, yeah, we'll put this one on and we'll see how she goes after that. Okay, I fitted the new EGR valve. I started it, quickly backed it out to the shop. It's going to be fixed. So, just thought I'd just take it for a run. Got all the sensors up that we need to look at. Got a gauge on for the turbo pressure, see what that does. Anyway, have a look. I'm going to do the fan belt as well. Squeaking. Yeah. Oh, boy. Jesus. Let's have a look at her. Yep. Oh, she's wheel spinning now. Alright, look at the pressure. 20. It's under acceleration, so that's beautiful. Jump this on, so you go from a standing start straight up 30. Beautiful. Sweet. Yeah. Fuck. It's flying. Gotta stop. Oh, I should want to run these. The pressures. So the EGR, man, 7%. 7-8%. Oh, it's boosting straight up. It's getting more manifold absolute pressure straight away. So it was before it started though. So fuel rate pressure's good. Everything seems good. Alright, so that one will be fixed for sure. That's done, thank God. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to do a general DeCarbon to the system. So I'll run that through the intake. We might do the injectors as well. And then do a engine oil and filter change as well. This one's done. That's what I'm doing it. Anyway, good to get to the bottom of it. Good everybody knows. Yep, sweet. Okay, we're doing a DeCarbon on this one. Now that we've fixed the actual problem. It also had a lot of blow-by coming out of the engine. There was heaps of blow-by coming up out of it. Just on the second can of DeCarbon solution, the intake, that's already stopped pumping out through there. So it'll only get better because we're going to use an engine flush and engine conditioner, which helps loosen up the rings and gets them to work a bit better again. So this thing's going to be completely, you haven't seen all the smoke coming out the back. Yeah, so there's just plenty just pouring out constantly. All good. Okay, so we've finished the induction side of things. We're going to do, I've just hooked up this to the fuel system, so we're going to do the injectors and the fuel pump. So I've got that on. Should run through those injectors, the fuel pump. That's another couple of bottles, 2 bottles. Working out well. Okay, just to finalise on this Hyundai Iload 2010 2.5 TDI. It's a CRDI engine. The fault with this had lack of power at takeoff was due to the EGR being gummed up and not operating properly, not closing off, so being open. So we replaced that, and that's solved the lack of power down low. Then we've also done a DeCarbon with the BG fluids through this, and that's made a significant increase to the power and economy on the van. It is going like a petrol powered car now. Takes off really well. Sorry. So it goes like a petrol powered car. Got no hesitation, no lack of power. Wheels spinning down the road and taking off. It's flying, absolutely flying now. Now this guy's going to be over the moon. It's got 230,000 Ks on it. It's going like a brand new one. The compression, like the blow-by in the engine's dropped significantly, about 50% as well. You know, the diesel injectors, they didn't seem too dirty when we're running the solution through. Generally it'll go really black and dirty, but on this one was quite clean, so I'd have to think that they were clean. We haven't changed the air or fuel filters because he's done it regularly. But just power wise, this thing is just, look at that, it's flying. So that's it, done. Bit of maintenance this thing needs, and a valve, sorted. He'll be very happy. All right.